Frida and Mitch Kapor broke rank with typical investor silence in the face of scandals at their portfolio companies by publicly criticizing Uber in February, saying it was toxic and had a culture plagued by disrespect, exclusionary cliques, lack of diversity, and tolerance for bullying and harassment of every form. But today, the couple who invested in Uber starting in 2010 issued a letter announcing their satisfaction with the tough and far-reaching recommendations for change that Uber's board unanimously voted to enact. They were encouraged by the firing of some senior leadership and now urge follow-through on the plan with transparency and measurement. We also said that we were ready to help, but only if the company took a comprehensive approach to overhauling its culture, including every aspect of its policies, practices, complaint systems, training, upward communication systems, sentiment analysis, and commitment from the top. Our initial review of today's report suggests that this is the approach that the board has adopted. The recommendations are both thoughtful and extensive, and we are very encouraged that they have taken this as seriously as we had hoped. The changes include diminished responsibility for CEO Travis Kalanick, who is taking a leave of absence, as well as more independent oversight from the board, mandatory inclusive leadership training, management compensation tied to success with increasing diversity and decreasing employee complaints, increasing the profile of the head of diversity, and a clear process for escalating HR problems. The question now is whether Uber will enthusiastically adopt the planned changes or drag its feet. If it can turn things around and fix its culture without tanking its business, it will embolden other tech companies to face their own internal problems head-on. But if the investigation into rampant harassment and bad behavior results in some new faces, but the same old cesspool, the whole industry may be marred by Uber's reluctance for justice. Either way, tech must change, and more people like the Kapors must stand up for the change. Below you can read the Kapors' full letter. Back in February, we released an open letter to Uber's board of directors and investors decrying the toxic patterns we had observed within the company culture. As we said at the time, Uber's response to this crisis would be defining for the company. Today's report and recommendations are the best signal yet of how